Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening has arrived on the Nintendo Switch. It's a lovely looking remake. My name's Mike Williams, and these guys are Jake Kowski and Liam McGelvey.
Hello.
Hello.
We have all played a little bit, at least, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
I've got it, and you guys have played quite a bit. I'm imagining Liam's played the most, because that's the way these things go.
Where am I? Just beat the 3rd dungeon on my way to the Dream Shrine. Is what I'm doing at the minute.
And then it's the kind of thing where, you know, if you've played the original... Well, actually... It's got quite a complicated history, hasn't it, Link's Awakening? Because it's been remade kind of before, hasn't it?
Kind of, yeah. Had like a bit of a director's cut for the Game Boy Color. Originally came out on the original Game Boy.
Yeah, so 1993,
That's
1998.
what I played.
Which one?
The old Game Boy, just not colour.
Well, no,
Monochrome.
Well, that's the one I played, but that was the director's cut that I had, because...
DX was the director's cut.
Yeah,
that was like Game Boy Color compatible, had an exclusive dungeon and everything.
Yeah.
So it's already got a bit of a complicated history, but this feels like quite a good... I mean, it works either way for me, this. If you have no idea about Link's Awakening, or if you want to revisit, like, you know, a bit of a cult classic, one of your old favourite games or something, I feel like this is doing a good job of both from what I've played so far.
Yeah.
What were your guys' like first impression firing it up, playing it? What did you think? Liam, what did you think?
I mean, it's lovely to look at straight away. You get like a really nice hand-animated cutscene at the start, and then straight into... Literally, there's like no tutorial, nothing like that. Throws you in the game straight away, and it's really nice to look at. It's got a nice little like chibi diorama look to it.
Yeah.
Everything looks like very cutesy. There's some nice like lighting effects going on. It's really nice to look at.
Jake, how are you getting on with it?
Yeah, I'm really, really liking it. I wasn't really planning on getting it because the original game is like one of my favourites ever. So, and I played it so many times. I just thought, well, I know how it goes. I know all the puzzles. It's just going to be paint by numbers, plodding through. So one of the things I didn't like about the Game Boy Zeldas, in fact, probably the only thing I didn't like about them is that, you know, because it's all tile based, it's all limited to like loading in square by square, and like the seams are really obvious. But this, being one seamless world, is like the thing
so
that's really sold it to me. Like, I'm really enjoying it. So I've just finished the 2nd dungeon, and that's where I called it a night, because I'm getting that fucking Joy-Con drift issue. And the game's getting a bit tricky now when I can't control my character.
Yeah, basically there's like left analog, one of the analog sticks like giving input when you're not actually...
Yeah, which is very, very detrimental to your Zelda time, because you're jumping, like this is one of the only Zeldas where you can jump on demand actually. So like when you're jumping around pothole to pothole, and you have to let go of the direction button when you've landed. Like my character just keeps falling into holes. So it's really stopped me playing it actually. But such a sidetrack, man. But like, you know, I've really enjoyed it. I'm burning through it though. I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll be done with this in like two more sittings.
Do you know what I love about it? It sort of reminded me about this. There's just certain ways that games used to do stuff, and it's just I really like the sort of how simple, you know, simple but doesn't tell, you know, it sort of tells you exactly what you need to do in a lot of ways. And it's like, oh, you get the key, go down there. But then there's no cursor as such. Like, you get a compass and things like that, and there's a map and that. But it's not like following a Molyneux trail of dust, or there's no giant arrow on the top of your screen or an icon saying go over there. You know, there's like basic puzzles that are like, oh, there's a thing that won't let you go past unless you can, what was it, like blow some dust in his face or whatever. But then you meet a witch later on, like somewhere else, who says like, oh, I'll make you some dust if you want, mate. Just bring me a mushroom. Two unrelated conversations, it seems. Yeah. But then when you find the mushroom, you're like, oh fuck, this is the mushroom I need. I'll get the, you know, you just
I'll show that raccoon who's boss.
Exactly, and you connect the dots like naturally, and it's sort of a bit more like old fashioned, and because the game is very faithful to, you know, the original, you know, it feels like you're playing an old game, but it's, you know, it just looks mint, and it plays really nice.
Yeah,
and
it really surprised me how sharp it feels, like, especially when like even like Link swiping is just dead fast.
So good, yeah, so slick,
snappy.
yeah.
And the one thing I found that is like a proper quality of life thing, because I remember as a kid having to write down where to go next, because the owl would be like, "Ooh, you've got out the dungeon, now head north to the forest."
This is old fashioned.
Forget about this. Yeah. You know, if you put your game down, real life gets in the way, and you forget you've got to go north to the forest, and you go east to the prairie. Silly you. And everything's of course square, like I said, the square based thing. But now, like, you can open up your menu, you can go to like your memories, which is like your old dialogue of people, and you can just go, where am I going again?
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like these quality of life things that make it feel like, I don't know, streamlined.
No, I totally agree.
The best one's not having to go into your inventory all the time to swap around your key items. Like,
Yeah.
you want to raise your shield, it's on the R button.
Yeah.
You want to run, that's on the L button.
Yeah.
And so
there's 2 buttons on a fucking Game Boy in
because
there.
I remember playing original Link's Awakening, you were constantly going into the menu,
Yeah.
having to like swap your items around,
Yeah.
you know, based
Yeah.
on what situation you're in. And they've streamlined that a bit now, which is very nice. And
But
convenient to have.
still, it feels very authentic, though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I mean, it's the sort of thing where, like I was saying earlier, you know, it does really feel like they've captured exactly what the game was, but then they've just updated it in all the simple ways that we would want it to be updated,
Yeah.
and so that we don't have to, like Jake was saying, write things down and stuff. And
Who even writes anymore? You know,
yeah, exactly.
You know what's one conversation that happens a lot amongst like Zelda fandom is like the Game Boy Zeldas are kind of, I don't know, like they were fading into obscurity a little bit, like especially with newer gamers. Like if you speak to like, I don't know, an 18-year-old now and they want to play an old school Zelda game, they'll go for Ocarina of Time or maybe A Link to the Past. They're not going to play Link's Awakening or Oracle of Ages or Seasons. So like I don't know when really.
I don't even think that, you know. I think they go Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Don't, Leo, it's making me
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, isn't it weird? But yeah, the Game Boy style Zelda we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, and it feels like pretty fresh in that way as well. Like because of the old school stuff. And because
yeah, like Breath of the Wild is a far cry from this, right? Yeah. This is what I feel so comfortable with because I'm getting that like real nice nostalgia hit. But it's really doing that thing that I guess Crash Team Racing and Crash Bandicoot and Spyro have done. Basically, give it a fresh lick of paint, some quality of life, and booted that out. But somehow Nintendo managed to always do it better.
It goes beyond, I think, because of the quality of life stuff. It definitely takes it to another level, and you know it's easier to do because it was on a handheld that had fucking, you know, like 2 buttons and a D-pad or whatever. So it's sort of easier in some ways to bring it up to date because the change is going to be more drastic. Whereas, you know, Crash Team Racing, you had a pretty familiar PlayStation controller and stuff when that came out. But
that's true.
But Nintendo have definitely. I can't think of anything they could have done really to make it a more perfect remake. It's sort of up there for me at the moment. It's better than Crash Team Racing and Spyro as a remake. Up there with Ratchet and Clank in terms of making it relevant again. You know, making it feel like a.
This is what I mean. That's nicely put because essentially this is going to make what I consider like the Game Boy era Zelda, which to me is the best era Zelda, and I like Wind Waker might be my favorite, but this is like every single one of them is an absolute banger. Even Oracle of Ages and Seasons. It's making it relevant. It's getting people on Reset era who are too young to even remember what 2D was like. Go, whoa, isn't this fresh and original? And then we can all go, haha, no, it's not.
I know what you mean. It's nice to have this style of Zelda game relevant again.
So that's Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, which has probably toppled the best Zelda game on the Switch to become the absolute champ. So that's Hyrule Warriors down to 2 and Breath of the Wild in 3rd. Let us know if you've been playing it in the comments what you think of Link's Awakening. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Yeah, see you soon, innit? Bye.